Kansas City leaders hope you'll vote no on Amendment 3 in Missouri. The city council passed a resolution yesterday supporting the No on 3 campaign.
A yes vote on Amendment 3 would eliminate the Clean Missouri Act, which voters approved 2 years ago. Along with the Kansas City Council, many are urging other voters to vote no too.
Including one TV ad we found. In this edition of Truth Be Told, Bryant Madrick takes a close look at what voters are being asked to do.
The future of politics in Jefferson City will be on the November ballot. But when you go to the polls, it won't be a candidate you're choosing. Instead, it will be an issue. Amendment 3. This campaign ad wants you to vote no.
Unless insiders draw legislative districts that protect their favorite politicians.
Truth Be Told looked into this ad from Clean Missouri. But first, a little history. In 2018, voters approved Missouri Amendment 1. It put in place a nonpartisan demographer chosen by several candidates from the state auditor to draw the state's districts. 2 years later, Amendment 3 is asking you to change how the process is done once again. Eric Bohl is with the Missouri Farm Bureau. He says Amendment 3 keeps communities together, and you should vote yes.
I don't think it's any more fair to have someone in a district that votes 98% Democrat to get a 50% chance of getting someone who represents their views than it is the other way around.
Shaw Nicholson is leading the campaign to defeat Amendment 3. He says the ballot measure takes power away from you.
Voters should be picking who represents them in the House and the Senate. The whole goal of Amendment 3 is to create the safest districts possible where voters don't have a functional choice.
The biggest argument from No on 3 are what they call political insiders, redrawing legislative maps. On the Secretary of State's website, this is how the ballot will look when you vote. It asks if you want to transfer responsibility for drawing state legislative districts from the nonpartisan state demographer to governor-appointed bipartisan commissions. Bohl says the commissions are fair.
But they would be half from one party, half from the other party. There would not be a group of individuals that are in the majority shoving that through and forcing the minority to take that position. Both sides have to come to an agreement to get the map drawn.
Nicholson says what voters approved in 2018 was designed to be fair to both parties and includes multiple protections.
The very first rule in what voters approved in 2018 says you have to protect the voting power of communities of color. So that comes first. And then after that, there are, with maps that still have districts that are compact, contiguous, the overall outcome has to be fair.
All right, now, if you want to take a closer look at the ballot language or the full amendment, you can do so by going either to the Secretary of State's website or our own website, kshb.com. Ray Lindsay, back to you.
Brian, thanks for breaking that down. And what else would Amendment 3 do?
Yeah, well, there are two other things that will be included in Amendment 3. First, it would ban lobbyists from providing gifts to lawmakers and their staff, and also it would limit campaign contributions. However, the opponents to Amendment 3 argue that's really just a distraction to keep voters from paying attention to what they say is the bigger issue, and that is who gets the power to redraw those legislative districts. Reporting live downtown this morning, I'm Bryant Madrick, 41 Action News Today.